Okay, well, our first guest is a guy who loves to give back. He was a trailblazer in the world of country music. His smooth baritone voice was featured on 36 #1 hits on the Billboard Hot Country Song charts.
In the 1970s, he became the best-selling performer for RCA Records since Elvis Presley. Daytime is proud to welcome Charley Pride.
Say before I go, if I could, I'd have you meet me, but I don't see how I can. I don't have enough to pay your fare. There's a factory in Columbus hiring now, I understand, and they're looking for an able-bodied man.
Charley, tell us about that music that we were just watching you. Where were you singing that?
I think now, it seemed like I've done so many of those, but I believe that was a hee-haw.
Loved Hee Haw.
Yeah,
were you
me
on
too.
Hee Haw a lot?
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah,
Do you still sing that song every now and then?
yeah,
And are you still in touch with some of those guys that were playing with you?
yeah. The one on the steel guitar, he's passed on, and the one on the drums, he's not playing anymore. And the one on the fiddle, he had an accident. Very fine musician. They both lived in Nashville and they would play sessions. So but I had to make a policy of having everybody in Dallas. So everybody moved to Dallas. So.
Well, along with playing music, you played minor league ball, is that correct?
Yeah. Most of my experience was spent in the old Negro American League.
Mm-hmm.
But I got my first. I was with the Angels in '61. I was that expansion.
Okay.
But the American League expanded in 1961, and I was part of that LA Angels expansion. Ted Kozuski, and I was about 3 years old. Well, no. But Jim Fregosi he was the rookie that year. Of course, he managed the Rangers. I just flew in yesterday from Phoenix. I've been going to spring training with the Rangers now for about 40 years. I'm only 29 years old. But
Well, yes.
Well, you're an able-bodied man.
Exactly. How did you go from baseball to musician?
Well, see, when I played, if you wasn't in the major leagues by the time you were, say, 18 or 19, because there wasn't but 16 clubs in the majors back then, and if you wasn't in the majors by then, I mean, they kind of marked you off. But now they got 30 teams, so if you're 35 or 40, if you can do something. But that wasn't that way back then. Guys, now some guys are hitting what I call a New York area code, 212, drove in 5 runs, getting $1.5 million, going into arbitration to get another $500,000. You got to at least hit 260 or something like that when I was playing to get in the majors. So.
Now in '71, you sung your signature hit, "Kiss an Angel, Good Morning," correct?
Yeah.
And then things just kind of took off for you from that point forward, or?
Well, that was my best year. I won Male Vocalist and Entertainer of the Year that year, and then repeated again in '72 for Male Vocalist. And or was it Entertainer of the Year? I'm not sure, but that was my best year. In fact, I got a chance. I went to my buddy, and he was a nice guy to me. I mean, Elvis Presley. I went to about three of his openings, and I followed him in '71 when I won Male Vocalist and Entertainer of the Year. I followed him at the Hilton.
Oh, wow.
That year, so.
There were not a lot of African Americans singing country music in the 70s.
No.
Were you welcomed with open arms?
Oh, it was wonderful. I mean, I tell people, because they think, man, you must have had it really hard. But I've never had not one hoot call out of the audience or nothing like that. You know, Jackie Robinson, when he went to the major leagues, I mean, sometimes he put black cats on the field, and some of the guys even signed petition, didn't want to play with him and that sort of thing. I never had that. All of my peers have been wonderful to me. And of course, back then, when you said African American, I was colored then. Because usually, you see, when a reporter, you talk to me and they say, Charley, he'll start off something like this. So how does it feel to be the Jackie Robinson of country music? Or,
oh my.
How does it feel to be the first colored country singer? So how does it feel to be the first Negro country singer? How does it feel to be the first black country singer? How does it feel to be the first Afro-American country singer? I said, I feel the same way when I was colored. I don't feel no different. So they said, I said, well, that's 4 of them. They said, well, what you want to be called? Well, I'm Charley Pride, the American. And I'm the American. And I said, for me. I said, but I do that. And when I tell people that I have never had a hoot call out of any of my in my performances, I said, "Oh, you give me that? I can't believe you got to be lying." Look, so I started explaining to my, all of my accomplishments. I'm at the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame between Gladys Knight and Leonard Bernstein, because sometimes they'll put it over by palm tree or something. So, and I've got I'm a band Grand Ole Opry. I'm a member of the Grand Ole Opry, and of course back then, so now I'm Country Music Hall of Fame.
Wow, you are a living legend. That's what you are.
Well, I didn't like that, Cindy.
No?
But someone told me, I said, when people talk to me about living legends, I get to thinking, well, you're done. You've done.
No.
He said, no. He said, no, you're a living legend. I said, oh, well, maybe
That's right.
I feel better about that. And I'll take it a little better now.
And you're still performing, right?
Yeah, I am. We'll start I'll have a tour of Canada starting the last of April, and that goes to the middle of May, and because I haven't done anything since November. I'll be doing my first show, actually, tonight.
Well, wonderful. Well, you deserve to take a little time off between shows. I mean, you've earned it.
Well, this evening at 3 o'clock.
There you go.
No, I wasn't supposed to mention that. Well, y'all can clip
okay.
it. You
That's
can clip
all
this
right.
out.
That's okay. Now, your son is
He's
in the
gonna-
business as well, right?
Yeah, he's going to play. He's playing a piano for me, and he's going to open for me in Canada. And I took him and my younger brother to. I've took them to Ireland for twice, so they love him over there. So they both sing real good. They're very talented fellows.
We've got a little track that we want to play right now, just so we can give it a quick little listen. Let's take a look. Oh, it's music.
Well, you're going to edit it anyway. This is my new. This is the new single from my new album.
Marvelous.
Except for you. Oh.
You sound really good.
Well, my fans think I'm singing better than I ever did, so I didn't tell them to say that. So as long as they say,
dream come true.
What keeps you going, Charlie?
the fans and me,
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, and I'm glad you're still singing.
yeah, I am too.
Keep going. Charley Pride, thank you so much. We're going to toss it over to Sam now to find out what's coming up in movie news. Sammy.
The beaches are boil with visitors from afar, yet these tourists aren't exactly carrying fanny packs and a fistful of Slim Jims. Watch what happens when aliens tear up Tinseltown in Battle, Los Angeles, when daytime returns.
One by